Alrighty, folks. So, I heard you guys want to learn how to play Siegfried. Well, look no further. I got the strats for you guys. We're going to stick with the beginner stuff, alright? So, first thing we should point out is this bad boy right here is hella easy. Super easy character to play is. You don't have to go and rot your brain or go out and ask all the pro players, hey, how do I freaking deal with all this pressure? Siegfried just swings his sword and things work. That's the bottom line, but that's scratching the surface of his full potential. This guy is Onga. This dude will do things and it will work. Any confirm you get, boom, boom, things just work. Now, he does have a list of pros and a list of cons. Now, the cons that let's start with the pros. His pros, bad boy got some good old reach. Oh my lord. From mid-range, anything would convert. You can do this into that. He has nice launchers, nice pokes, just to torture around your opponent anywhere. You can just go ahead and butcher them. It's so strong. His standing B, his 1B is really good strings, well, buttons. 6BB, really good. His 3A, really strong. You can go 3A into while running A plus B. Really good tools. And you can just botch them all day. Butcher them all day. Just sit there and not even give them the chance. Skadoosh. Eat shit for life. Another thing that's really good, right? We already mentioned that he's easy. Very easy character. The meta of Siegfried is very straightforward. You just get hit confirm and you do damage. And you just space him out. He has really good damage. Easy damage. This man will hit you like a truck. Boom, boom, boom. And they guess wrong. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Just for 2 hits, you can get bam, and then they guess wrong again. Just for 2 mistakes and you're already in there like swimwear. Or like if they make 1 mistake, look at that. 2 mistakes and I botched that combo, but you pretty much get the gist. He does so much damage and it's insane. You get a hit confirm, these people are going down. They're gonna eat that. Like, this is one of my favorites. And then you can just get Oki off of that. Like, there's many things you can do. This dude is hella strong. Hella strong. And speaking of hella strong, the mix-up options, not just, mediocre mix-up options. This man got mix-ups. Let me tell you. This dude has 1, 2, 3, 4 stances. 4 stances. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they all have their options. They can open up the opponent and force you to respect them. And if they guess wrong, they all have opportunities to convert into something really good. So you can just, like, for this stance, for example, skadoosh, bam, bam. And then same with this. They all reward you for a guaranteed setup. Something like that. Or you can just, bam. You got something out of these. Now, and you can just cancel into another stance. You can consistently keep your opponent guessing, and a lot of them have their own good usage. Most people are gonna go like, ooh, what you doing? What you doing? That's a lot of dancing you're doing over there. You're over there trying to get in them DMs. Now, there is also something that he does extremely good too, and it's probably the scariest thing that he has besides his mix-ups and his big damage. Is that this man will hit you with the hardest lethal hits. Jesus Christ, my man. His lethal hits are so good. Like, if you predict someone's going to do a vertical and you hit him with this, My man. Look at that. Look at 93 damage. Siegfried doesn't play any games. He has easy lethal hits. And I say easy because they're not hard to fish. You can just do them. It doesn't require no gimmicky thing or anything that's just, this is a Mortal Kombat 11 where you have to do your homework, go to sleep, pray to God, and hope for the best is gonna come. No, you just do it. Like Dark Legacy, and Jesus, we're gonna talk about Dark Legacy in a second, but literally, if an opponent, one of his lethal hit is if the opponent is guarding, right? Your opponent is obviously gonna block. There would be no reason to not block, but because of the fact they are blocking, you walk up to them like this, boom. It triggers when the opponent is standing blocking and they don't block that. Boom. Bam. That's dangerous. That's insane. You just... I'm butchering the combo, but essentially, you kind of get the gist. It's so much damage. And it gets even scarier because he has another one that works for the same thing. Oh, I see you crouch blocking. Boom. Look at that. It's insane. It's extremely insane. His is so good. He has options for anything, and they're mainly just whiff punishing. So if you punish him, like for instance, this, or if you got him with this, those are lethal hits, or lethal hits, I believe. And you just get big boy damage. Siegfried just look at that big boy damage. Oh my lord. Now we already talked about the long range, and he controls space extremely well. You can control space with Siegfried very easy with his extremely good pokes, very dangerous buttons. It's insane. He has a lot of really usable buttons that you can abuse, and now a lot of them are situational, so you can just go ham. Go right ahead. I'm gonna get in your. If you want to get and take control of that script, just do it. Boom. What are you doing? You ain't gonna block this. Hey kiddo, you're not gonna block this. Bam. Let me hit you with that 6-6B. Another good move that slightly turns his axis. This man has tools for everything. Mind you, we're only sticking with the basics, the overview of the character. We'll talk about the intermediate ones in another video. Now, the last pro that this man has, which is to me the defining trait, the one that puts everything together, Siegfried, is this Dark Legacy. Dark Legacy is the homie. It can be triggered by two ways. It is an invisible meter that allows him to build it up by using insert said moves here. I don't know which ones, but if you use certain moves more often than some, then he will gain Dark Legacy. But the more traditional reason he'll get into it in a match will probably be because that bar in between, your life gauge right there, once he gets past that, he automatically gets it. And Dark Legacy is dumb. This is retarded. So, the second you see this, everyone freaks out. They're just like, oh boy, this shit again. Oh shit, here we go again. So many things you can do. Easy. This is where the easy lethal hit gets involved. And he gets to completely utilizes every tool that he has to the maximum. And it's scary because you have options like what I said before. That's a lethal hit. On this, it's easy, boom. And it's not like something like Cloud from Super Smash Bros. Where you get to the state, but you can only be in said state for a while. No, this stays. That stays as much as you want. Now, enough for me, bragging about it. I should just get to the point. Basically, you already are gifted with more lethal hits. But another thing that's really cool is the fact that the homeboy gets this releasing sexual energy. Look at this man. It is so big. If this move hits 3 houses down. And what's insane of this move is it hits all around, it hits neutral. You could be this far away and it will still reach. It guard breaks. Your +2 or +1 on block. You can use it as a combo starter, a combo ender, or an extension. It does everything. It does your taxes. Shoot, this bad boy even parries. Like, come on. Like, what can this thing not do? It is insanity. Oh, wait, hold on. My hand. Bam. Parries and into a free confirm. And I just botched that. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, I messed it up, but you get the point. Like, it does everything that you want it to do. Hey, I need to get this kill. Dark Legacy's like, say no more, homie. Boom. Look at that. And I botched that too. Use that as a combo filler. Hey, this dude's gonna do something stupid and get hit by that. Say no more. Hey, I need to, you know, fill in a combo. Look at that. It's so good. And if they're on block, hey, I need to add more pressure. Go ahead. Just, oh, wrong thing. Go ahead. Just do it. Skadoosh. What are they gonna do? Push a button? They push a button. Bam. Look at that. Dead. All because they're pushing buttons after that. It is so strong. Very powerful. It's insanity. Now, enough stroking the big tree. Now, with great power also comes with cons. And Siegfried does have some problems. Some of the issues that this man suffer is the fact that he is pretty unsafe at close range. You know, his launcher, a lot of his key moves you had to come to risk. Even the ones that we were praising earlier, like these stances, they all come with a risk. And you can't just, you know, ooh, let me just throw it out. Because if they guess right, you're going to get punished. You can't just do like this, for example, and expect or not, I'm over here guarding and, you know, you can put them on a guard all, right? Guard all. And things like, well, not that, but things like this, one of his key buttons are unsafe. Whoa, well, that one is unsafe as well, but it's minus, I think 6, so they can do like a while rising K, which is 12 frames. So it'll be beaten by 12 frame buttons, but a lot of his options are very unsafe, right? So you got to be mindful of that and keep your spacing. Use some of these buttons, his more faster ones. Be wary. You have to commit to these stances. Like, not everyone is going to fall for the same setup. You got to be creative. You got to stomp, interrupt them from pushing buttons. For example, you can do this, right? I see a lot of people, including myself, will do this. But a smarter player will be like, oh, nah, I'm going to sidestep that and punish. Because it's sidesteppable. We can even test that out, you know, only get into the basics. We're not going to get too deep into this. But just giving you an example of some of the problems this character has is things like that. You can't really just do those too many times. You got to be real creative. So by that, you have to condition, commit, and if you guess right, you get heavily rewarded with more unga. If you guess wrong, you get punished. And speaking of punishing, let's talk about the lethal hits. Now, even though he has good ass, easy Alfredo Parmesan pasta lethal hits, the good ones are locked behind Dark Legacy, which means you gotta get your ass kicked to get there, and that's the tough part. And by then, you're already, you know, dying. So it's just kind of like, man, I really want those easy crush counters. What's the street for? Lethal hits, but boy, oh, I gotta get my ass kicked before I get there. That feels like a long time from now. man, it's a bummer, but it is what it is. It's not too much of a con, but it's a con nonetheless because we're missing out on damage that we could have been getting, you know, a long time ago. And another thing is, which we already kind of discussed, is Siegfried is high risk, high reward. All right, like I mentioned, I'm not going to talk too much all about it because that's essentially the same part of being unsafe, but you know, high risk, high reward. It's whatever. Now, most people wouldn't really add this in. I personally add this in because I too play the godsend called Tekken, and I feel that this is really important for most characters, and that, you know, your AAs are important. And unfortunately, Siegfried has one of the more slower AAs at frame 14, I believe. I think it's 14 frames or maybe 15 frames. I think it may be 14. I have a frame data paper right here. 16 frames, Jesus Christ. So it's frame 16. So that's basically at the slower side. This bad boy here, frame 16, that is extraordinarily slow. And we say that because that's most characters, their AA is their get off me button or 2A. Those are the ones you'd be using a lot, but Siegfried will have to commit to 5K and 2K, which are more stubbier buttons, and they're faster. They're 12 frames. I think this one's 14, but much more stubbier than this. And at the same time, you lose your turn. So if you're being pressured, you have to commit to using your kicks. You can't use this. I mean, you can, but you lose your turn. Like, it is very minus on block or on hit and block at the same time. So unlike characters like Shangwa or Cervantes, where you feel like you're gonna get the freaking aggression, and all of a sudden, up to A, eat shit, bitch. Your turn is over, and you're just like damn. Well, fuck me, huh? But there you have it. Essentially, a quick rundown of how the character is. We'll get more to the intermediate stuff, talking about his moves, and then the advanced stuff later. Even though I'm probably making too many Siegfried videos on my channel anyways. But I shall see you guys next time. Let's talk about some tournament stuff next time.